I am live. Woo woo. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Another Way, brought to you by Promise Resource Network. We're going to talk about freedom today in this class. One of my favorite topics in recovery is freedom. And I want to talk about that today and embrace our rights, embrace ourselves as someone that is free from things that bothered us before. All right. Somebody give me a definition of freedom. Free ain't free. You're right about that. Sometimes, Gina, free ain't free. You're right. Do what? Not being restricted. Nice. I like that. Anybody else? Freedom. Yeah. Oh, you just hold it. Okay, let me read the definition. The state of not being imprisoned or enslaved is one. The opposite, imprisoned or enslaved to a thing. When I think of that, I think of sometimes my obsessions, sometimes my addiction, sometimes my spirit, all of those things can be imprisoned or enslaved. But I like this definition. The power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint. Isn't that better than imprisonment, enslavement? Yes, it's not talking about the ugly, it's talking about the good. Read that again. The power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint. Wow, to act with, that's one of our rights that we get to choose, right? We get to choose who we are, right? It's a beautiful thing. Who I want to be is a beautiful thing.
Well, another thing is not to be imprisoned within ourselves.
Absolutely, not to be imprisoned in ourselves. And that happens, doesn't it? Somebody said spiritual. We have that difficulty. Yes?
We have that openness, but in order to not be imprisoned, we have to explore our horizons as well.
Absolutely.
In order for us to succeed in wherever our goals are going towards.
Yes. Ooh, I like that a lot. That's where our goals are going. I want to be free to go where I need to go.
Exactly.
Based on my wants, right? Instead of somebody else. Hold on. Anybody ever have this experience that somebody says, well, you're going to go to mental health. Well, you're going to go to treatment. Well, look, I'm pounding on the table. Didn't I say that? Anybody ever have that experience where somebody else made the decisions? Yeah, it sucks. It really does. It really does. It takes the power away from it, doesn't it?
I'm just going to say that it's funny y'all talking about freedom and stuff, because I was thinking about me being in prison because of my past.
Yeah.
My mistakes and the other mistakes of others. I want to be free. I want to be free to be me. I want to let go of the past. I want to let go of the mistakes. But right now I'm still being haunted by it. So I feel like I'm in prison.
Yeah. And we can be bound by our trauma. Does that make sense? Bound by our trauma. All wrapped up. Right, Porter?
Even labels, like labels, addict, labels, even minority, those things don't allow you to be anything other than that. I said anything that confines you also confines you. That defines me as a person, I'm also confined to that. And I think that kind of limits me to be nothing other than that. I'm only a singer. In fact, today you can only be one thing, so you're confined to that. I'm a mother. You can only be that. A woman. That. All those roles, they think you be anything outside of that. You're like, what?
Yeah. Can you close that door? Absolutely. Absolutely, Porter. Yes.
Okay, so he talks about imprisonment from the past.
Uh-huh.
A lot of times you have to let it go. I know it wants to haunt you back up and stuff like that.
Yes.
Another thing is you have to forgive yourself and forgive those others in order for you to move forward. And it's not like based on the Bible, it's based on within yourself. Because if you have any mental issues or anxiety, any of that, sometimes that imprisonment doesn't give that freedom because they don't know how to express those feelings out in the first place. So in order to do that, you have to forgive yourself. I mean, a lot of times, everything is trial and error
Yes.
when it comes to our freedom. I mean, it's those choices we make. And I always emphasize that. When you use those choices and you make those goals, then you know where your freedom is going to go. Because if you don't make those freedoms, then you still feel like you're bound within, and if you don't stop that and just push forward, then you don't get anywhere.
We are right on time. Here are some things that we can get freedom from. Freedom from obsession. This one is freedom from obsession means relief from the compulsions of our mindset. No more chasing that high, no more hangovers, no more being in the hospital, no more having that fear. We can be free of that obsession, that thing that goes round and round and round. Yeah, Porter.
And pouring more into my PRN allows me to not so much value the opinions of people who don't know me. That's what the lack of intimacy causes me to overvalue people's opinions on Facebook, my friends. Like, you don't even know me. You don't know my walk. You don't know I am my journey. So why not invest in people who do?
Yes.
My tribe. Why not invest in people who see me and hear me, and people who don't know me or see me? It frees me from worrying about what you think about me, what you think I can do, what you think I can, what I've done in the past. Those things, they don't matter for now. Here and now is where I'm free if you make that choice.
The obsession of what other people think of us. Oh my. And stigma, what other people think of us. That is a major thing. Well, it's a major thing for me, and not as much as it used to be. But back in the day, I really cared what people thought about me. I drank over what people thought about me. I ended up in a hospital based on what people thought of me and what obsession started as a result of that. Right? So, freedom from obsession, freedom from stigma. Right? We can't change the world, can we? Yeah, we can. One person at a time. One person at a time. It starts here. Yes, hold on. Yes.
And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. Everything is a process.
Yes.
From from the little seed to the sprout to the little buds that happen on the plant and stuff like that until it grows into a tree. In fact, it takes time. Pain. Either let it fester and take over you, or you let it change you.
Yes.
Change you for the good.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at things. It's a process.
It is a process, and we said choice over here. I got to be patient with myself. Sometimes I'm not ready for that freedom. Sometimes I need a little support in that area until I understand that I don't have to have that obsession anymore. I don't have to care what other people think. My sponsor's favorite shirt said, what you think of me ain't my damn business.
Right.
What you think of me ain't my damn business. And that's true. It's hard, though, isn't it? It's hard. Yes, dear.
Yes, but when we've been freed from our past and things that we've done in our past, we just have to stand firm and not be burdened again by that yoke. We have to, I'm piggybacking off of what Jamie said as far as our choices and stuff. We have a freedom, but not to indulge ourselves. A freedom not to be like, okay, what do I want? What's about me? But rather to serve one another humbly, to lift each other up, like sharing, and support one another. and love each other as we've loved ourselves. Because if we've been free, then we can
Yes.
think about that other person that's still in bondage and say, "Take my hand."
Wow. If we're free, we have the responsibility, don't we? As I always say, you hold the secret to saving someone's life. We hold a secret. I do. There's somebody I'm going to say, "Hey, how you doing?" And it's going to make a difference. Right? There's somebody I'm going to hold the door for. There's somebody I'm going to talk to and say, "How's it going with you?" And wait. I was talking to Aaron this morning, and we said, "Oh, good morning. How you doing?" And I said, "You don't really care." She goes, "No, I don't." But that's the truth. Are you going to say, I'm brutally honest. So that's that. I don't care. Man, there's somebody in my life that talks a lot about things I don't care about. I mean, you know what I mean? And it's love this person, but they talk about things that don't, I don't even like algebra. I was in the algebra class today and we learned A plus C equals. And that's hard for me, right? That freedom from being trapped. Well, hold on. Let me read it. Freedom.
I'm hearing to say like sometimes telling somebody I don't know or I don't understand. Like pretend like, oh, I do understand, but it just free to just be honest. Like, you know what? I'm not following you confused. Like, you be a little more, like to break it down a little bit more. Like, sometimes people need to know that they can't read your mind. Like I assume like I just go along to get along. Like, no, let's do a limited service and you do this service. How about this happen? You kind of explain what you're saying or change the subject.
Well, okay, or change the subject. I got that. I know freedom is kind of, that's out there, isn't it? Yes. Absolutely. The next one is freedom from shame and guilt. Does that that's one of those things I need to know. I don't know. Yeah. Absolutely. That goes back to serving each other and helping each other stop being enslaved. I love that. Oh, yeah.
I just want to say I talked to Eric. You remember Eric in your room?
Mm-hmm.
So when you just point me out, so I'm letting you know properly. This is how it is in elementary school. You raise your hand. You've been disrespectful. You told me to speak up on it. And when I raise my hand respectful and I expound briefly upon it, you always have the tendency. This lady right here always tends me to hush me up.
Oh, well, that's all right. Well, I got you.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. This is the reason why I addressed it. I'm just telling you what Eric said now. You're not giving me a chance now. You're not giving me a chance now. So you're involved too. Okay?
Now, I know. I appreciate that. We're talking about freedom, though. Okay. And I appreciate that. See, because that is the freedom to speak. I'm going to read you some freedoms that are going to blow your mind.
But the only thing, the conclusion
is
that I do not need to be hushed.
I got a bad habit of that, don't I?
Appropriatism.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, these little jelly bean words floating around here, okay? So the only thing I'm saying out of respect, if you want to respect each other, then let the person each want to have a turn like you always say, and then make it happen. And don't be
absolutely. If I see you, I didn't see you behind me. So that's I gotta be better at that. I don't see this gentleman, I don't see. So that is freedom of speech. That is freedom of speech, isn't it? Yeah. The freedom to have the opportunity to speak your piece. Now, and to hear your piece, like we said, service. Okay. Freedom from shame and guilt. A person's life is a repeat of behaviors that induce shame and guilt, whether it's embarrassing situations or shameful behavior. Shame and guilt. Freedom from. They told me that guilt was about things I did. I stole your lunch money. I feel guilty about that. Right? I feel guilty about that. I can get over that a lot quicker. Shame is an internal thing. Shame is that thing that is like kudzu. Kudzu is a plant here in the South that will get down with these roots and then go about another foot and dig in again. And another foot. It's just a horrible plant. And when you try to get it up, it's like, right? But it's hard work, isn't it? It's hard work to get a kudzu up. And that's the way when it gets bound in my chest, when it gets bound in my spirit, my soul, the shame sometimes gets to me, right? I can embrace that and I can allow that kudzu to take a hold of me. You had something, didn't you?
Yes. I'm just speaking from experience to piggyback off of what she said. The shame was so great that it was crippling to me, like that kudzu that you're speaking of. So moving forward today, I'm so grateful that I don't have the obsession, that I can be of service.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just really a gift. After having done some work, taking an honest look at Heather, these are some things that I've done, but that's not who I am.
Yes.
And today being able to show up as my true authentic self, and you guys meet me where I am and you love me anyway, what a gift.
Absolutely. That freedom. The next one is freedom of choice. And it's making those choices that include, that increase, that embrace the freedom I have today. I've got to accept it, right?
Right.
I've got these freedoms. I got to work for them, some of them, right? Freedom of speech should be given. Freedom from not getting in there and digging in can be lacking. Yes, dear.
Here's another scenario. Sometimes freedom cannot always be free because it has a lot of boundaries, and not a lot of people like boundaries when it comes to the freedom. And sometimes they just want to run from, from those boundaries. But there are ways to get around that, and sometimes those ways, like having anxiety, having panic attack, you feel like you don't have that freedom at all.
Yeah.
There's no open hands out there for people to know where to go.
Yeah.
And they may not have a phone, they may be on the street. Just going up to somebody and just saying, "Hey, how are you?" It's the simplest thing, but it's also a grateful thing too, because you never know if that person's going to do something back for you in their own little freedom way. And it doesn't matter those small little gifts that come by. It's a good gift because that is the freedom that we have. That's a choice as well. And I love the fact that those choices and boundaries can come together to let it.
Yes, choose.
If you don't let it, then you're just going to keep going around in circles, and it's never going to come back.
When I change, my thoughts, my feelings change, and my behavior change. I'm free to choose today. It says we really have a choice on a daily basis. In recovery, it's a newfound freedom to choose. It's no longer a compulsion. It's a choice. Now, sometimes it is with mental health issues beyond what we can deal with right then, and that's understandable. When I can see that's coming, because y'all know triggers. When I can see it coming, I can grab my friends, I can get my toolbox, I can do the things that allow me to stay free, whether it's addiction, mental health, whatever it is. Yeah.
Sharon,
Yes.
Can you do that also, but when you're in that state, by calling somebody else that you trust and love, and they can pull you out of it?
And that goes back and forth, doesn't it? It goes back to what Shannon said about the freedom to support each other. I like this, and the freedom to realize your potential. The freedom to realize your potential. Shit. That's something, isn't it? To be able to embrace what I can be. maybe not what I am right now, but I have the freedom to work towards, by my choices, by my actions, to do things that increase the probability that I'll get what I want, to increase the probability that I'll stay free from these things. Yes, ma'am.
The potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the whole shaming thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm already accepting the front of my brain, just the things that I never thought I would do or say or be around.
Yeah.
I'm already walking with my head down. So I'm already trying to be like, hey, that wasn't you. Like I'm already trying to think about it, right?
Yeah.
So my potential to be better, that I improve, right? I can see that. But the people around me, they want me to be worse than what I was. They're not giving me that benefit that, like, I didn't sell myself short, right? I actually played myself more so because people came to me because they knew, number one, they knew I didn't know what I was doing. Number two, they knew I was vulnerable. Number three, they knew I had money. I had a car. So I played myself too, but regardless, I can't give my truth because somebody wants to make me worse than what the fuck I was even thinking of or was. So like my step forward that I see, I said they pull me back, but like I don't understand that, so I don't even know if I have a question.
No, it's a good question.
Blocked by facade, they're jealous that I didn't.
Yes.
I'm not what y'all want me to be like. I don't know that. I'm sorry that you don't know how I survived without selling myself. I'm sorry you don't know how I survived without things that y'all went through. Like I don't know. I'm sorry. Why y'all making me not?
Yeah.
Why y'all
not helping?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
I'm already trying to get past what the fuck.
Yes.
I don't know how to keep going forward.
Especially with those people and all. We can do society where people are coming against us because of our addiction, because of our mental health issues, because of our needs for services, for financial assistance, all those things. I want to be free from the people that are most intimate with me if they're not helping me. Right? There was a group of people that I hung around with that pulled me down. They loved me, but they didn't know how to love me. Does that make sense? I've got people in my life that I love dearly, that I want to spend time with, but they don't know how to love me in the way I need to be loved, i.e., support. Saying those things like you can make it. Saying those things like, you're really good at that. Why don't you do some more? I like your art. Why don't you do that some more? Right? I like how you talk in class. I like how you breathe. I don't care. You like how something. How about this one? Freedom to love and grow. I used to love a lot of things that didn't benefit me. Anybody else love a lot of things that didn't benefit me? Right? Whether that was my mania or my addiction to alcohol. Whatever that was, I didn't have the freedom to love and grow. Remember it says I was bound and enslaved. And in that, I was a seed, like you were talking about. We have the seed that grows and grows, but I'm stuck in the seed, right? I'm stuck in the seed. I got to remember, this is hard. I got to remember that part of the seed is breaking open. Oh, that's hard. Oh, that hurts. And then to ensure we grow, people put manure on us. Those are those people, darling, that don't give a shit. Tawanda says, good morning. I love things that don't benefit, or I love things that don't benefit me. Yeah, I can fall in love with, I can obsess with, I can choose to. Right, Porter?
For me, like being a PRN, this gives me the freedom to be my authentic without the mask on, and I take it as I'm grateful for it because I know a lot of people are not able to do this. 95 or they're like they're not able to take that mask off and just be the authentic self. This is what I'm going through today. This is who I am right now. And I'm grateful for it because a lot of people don't have that freedom. You're free if you want to, but you're not free to bring out that mask. It's something that's free.
Ooh, that mask can suffocate us. I like that, Porter. It can it?
You don't have one of those masks like they use.
There you don't know
You
that.
come in there analyzing stuff.
Yep.
You analyze and look at all the drug problems out there. Don't come in here and take the mask off.
Boy, that's hard though to take the mask off. Let me tell you a story when I got it ripped off. That ain't no fun, okay? I was substitute teaching and I was partying every night real hard, right? Being little teacher during the day and at the night. Well, so one night I was out partying with my cousins, running around with a lot of people having fun. The next day when I went to school, some of those kids that I'd partied with the night before were there. Oh. Okay, that's it. They ripped away that mask. They saw both of me. They saw the me that was tripping, and they saw the me that was trying for potential, for service, for those things. Yes, Shannon.
We always have the freedom to elevate our thoughts, to change our minds, and see that even though there is, and oppression is a real thing.
Yes.
It's out here in society and people's judgment and stuff like that. But not just to not let that affect us, but like Porter said, to see resistance as a good thing. Like, well, I must be doing something right. If I'm meeting this kind of resistance, then I must be fighting a good fight. And if I've gotten through everything that I have in the past, then I know that my maker is not going to let me down now. And just be persistent because the resistance it produces perseverance.
Yes, absolutely. I got that breaking open of the seed is, a butterfly.
Yes.
Looks so terrible when it's going through in the cocoon and it's stretching and it's everything. And oh my God, I got to let it out. So you open it up, and part of the process for the butterfly is they build up strength when they're doing that. So when they come out, they're strong enough to fly. But if I come in and mess around, right, the butterfly won't fly because it doesn't have the strength. It is hard to break open. I'm serious about the manure. We go through some shit. We go through some people. But we grow up that potential.
Yeah, coming here every day. We come in every day for the growth.
Yes.
We don't come in just to come in. We come in to grow. To feed off of you, you feed off of me, and guess what? We all gonna be happy when we need.
That's that freedom that I get to choose who I'm around today, right? And what I take into my spirit. That's a beautiful thing, the spirit being able to discern people around us. Oh, yes, dear.
I was going to say something similar, but it's probably in the category of choice, but choosing what we take in, choosing what we keep, what we want to keep out.
Mm-hmm.
People and stuff.
Yeah.
People. But we choose what to take in. Self-enlightenment, self-awareness. These might be some steps, that we can take.
It is that
for ourselves.
Yes.
It doesn't involve anybody else.
That choice for ourselves. Yeah, quick. Quick. Because Ivanka's.
I'm gonna fix this coffee, right?
Yeah.
And that lady right there, I don't know her name and stuff, but anyway, she often do it for me just to ease it. It made me feel so good inside, boy. And that's my respect for the day.
Yeah.
I love that.
You chose to help somebody.
Right.
In the midst of your difficulty and your enslavement that it feels like right now, you are free to choose to help others. And when we help others, that is the shit because we feel good. That is the energy that we get when I choose that freedom. Yes, ma'am.
I've been incarcerated in jail, and I've been to the Women's Correctional Facility, which is prison. And this came to my mind, and I wanted to share it real quickly. And it's funny that you spoke because I don't know what made me. It says freedom. Today I have the freedom from right from wrong. I have the freedom to stay drunk or sober. I have the freedom to do good or evil. Today I have the freedom to be broke or homeless. Today I have the freedom to live or die. Today I have the freedom to let go and let God. Today I have the freedom to be selfless or selfless. Today I have the freedom to gain knowledge. Today I have the freedom and interest in new things. Today I have the freedom of being open-minded. Today I have the freedom of meeting new people in recovery, like people like me. Today I have the freedom to choose good orderly direction. Today I have the freedom to take suggestions. And today I have the freedom to be in my kid's life.
Wow.
Thank you.
That was it in a nutshell. That is the beauty of freedom. All those choices, all those things I get back. That I may get back, the probability is better, right? Freedom. I'm going to read. Those are better than what I had. This is the Bill of Rights from RAP. You have the right to ask for what you want. For what you want, what'll help you get to where you want to be. You have the right to say no to requests or demands we cannot meet. I can't do that. How can I get to the doctor's office? I don't have any bus passes. I can say, no, I don't have that. I don't have what I need. I have the right to change my mind.
Mhm.
The right to change my mind. Okay, well, I wanted to do that, but now I want to do this. Some of us are so
Rigid.
there are other people that are rigid and won't encourage us to choose things. I have the right to make mistakes and not be perfect.
Yes.
Well, that's a freedom right there, isn't it?
Yes.
I have the rights to follow my own values and standards. Mine, not yours, mine. I have the right to express all of my feelings, both positive and negative, in a manner that will not harm others. I get to express my feelings. This is a beautiful place to practice, right? When you get mad here, you're practicing how to get it out in the world, how to deal with it out in the world. When we practice getting pissed off here, it helps us because we're getting strong. Our wings are getting strong, right? Absolutely. I have the right to say no to anything when I feel I'm not ready, it's unsafe, or it violates my values. I'm not ready to go there yet. I'm not ready to get my own apartment yet. I'm not ready to work yet. I'm not ready to win the lottery yet. Whatever it is. I have the right to say no to anything when I already read that. I have the right to feel angry and to express my anger in a responsible manner. That goes back to we practice here. This is where we practice, so we get really good at dealing with these feelings. So when recovery starts when we go out that door, right? It can be ugly out there, but I want to be the one that's changing the world. I want to be the one that's changing the world. Let's see. I have the right to be uniquely myself. Boy, ain't that good. That helps me. I have the right to make decisions based on my feelings, beliefs, and values. Me and what I treasure. I get to choose.
Mhm.
Nobody else does. I have the right to my own reality. I have the right to my own need for personal space and time. I have the right to be playful and frivolous. We do that here. We do that here.
Yes, we do.
I have the right to be healthy in a non-abusive environment. I have the right to change and grow. I have the right to be treated with dignity and respect.
Mhm.
I have the right to have a healthy sex life. Is that guaranteed?
No.
No, but it's your right. Ain't guaranteed. And this last one is my favorite. This last one is my very favorite because you know what I think I need. The last one. I got to check. I have the right to be happy.
Yeah.
The right to be happy. You can't take that from me. You know what, people, when I ask people and I know they're telling the truth, I say, how you doing? And they say, fine. I'm like, good. Screw them people that said we weren't going to make it. There was a lady that when I picked up my 3-month chip in a 12-step program, I went up to pick it up. I was so happy and everything. And this lady up there pulled out a white chip and said, if I got to give you a white chip, I'm going to shove it up your ass. Love and tolerance is our code. Right? But you know something? That's ugly. But you know something? Every time I wanted to drink, I saw her face. And I said, I'm free from that. I'm free from that woman. And that first year, and you know what? I found her. I was like, freedom to be happy is critical, isn't it? Freedom to be happy. Yes, dear.
Or Sharon, don't you love whenever they say that prayer at the end? They're like, if the hand of AA reaches out, may I always be there.
Yeah.
And then they say, is anybody free to be a sponsor? And you see a room full of
Yeah.
women that have been there 7 years and never had a sponsor, and not a single
Yeah.
one shows up.
Yeah, that's sad. We got to have those people in our lives that can help us be happy. Those people that have the energy that I need. I can't exist on my own energy.
Right.
I don't have the umph. I've had that before where I've isolated. I've isolated long enough where I couldn't get out of bed. I isolated long enough where my thinking was destructive. Right? I don't want that today. I want the opportunity to be happy. I want the opportunity to be free today, to choose the people in our lives, right? Sometimes we're stuck with people, be around them as little as possible, but the freedom to choose is amazing. Choose wise people, choose experienced people, choose happy people, right? Learn from them. Do what's necessary. I want to thank Tawanda for being here. She said that reading was good. Michelle's in the house. All right. Good morning. Good morning. I want to thank my crew here. You guys are awesome. Okay. You really are. I can't tell you how coming here, being in a classroom with you all, and all you give to me. When I teach, I embrace the energy that you all put out. And I thank you for that. I thank you for that. All right. Keep peace, share love. What else? Have a good day.
Thanks, Sharon.